welcome to PC News You Can Use. Hopefully this format is okay for now until I learn how to use Sony Vegas. But today we're going to be talking about some news stories that happened last week that piqued my interest. So next, or I should say the first, is going to be ASUS Readies GeForce GTX 970 DirectCU Mini. Now this is going to be a great card for people who have the mini ITX cases or want to have like an HTPC, maybe have a computer that is similar size as a console but doesn't take as much space and everything like that. The core is going to be 1088 and the GPU boost is going to bring it up to 1228, and it's going to have 7 gigahertz memory. It's going to have an HDMI 2.0, 2 DVI ports, as well as a DisplayPort 1.2. So here's the card right here. Looks pretty nice, pretty sleek, and it does have a backplate, which is nice. And it looks like you can do maybe 2 or 3 of these cards in SLI if you want, if your rig promotes it. Of course, if you're going to have a mini ITX, you're only going to be allowed 1 card, unfortunately. So it looks pretty sweet. Next up, my favorite thing, it's going to be water cooling. We have a water block for the ASUS GTX 980 STRIX. Now what I really want to see is the STRIX card versus the classified card and which card dominates. I know with the 980 you can raise the voltage up a lot, and I know there's some mods out there for making a GTX 980 where it has unlimited voltage almost, in a sense. I've seen that on the forums where you can mod your BIOS and everything like that. So I want to know if the GTX 980 classified is really worth the the price point that they're asking, because you are paying for a premium. I believe the STRIX card is a little bit cheaper than the GTX 980 classified. Now, more than likely, with the 780 Ti classifieds that I have here, classifieds would do really well in water cooling, and more predominantly probably in the LN2 realm, since that's what they're meant for and everything like that. So I'm still debating if I want to upgrade to the 980 Ti and everything like that. I would like more RAM. So this block looks pretty sleek and everything like that. It does have the STRIX logo and everything. I'm sure you might be able to put some LEDs on there, so where the place of the logo is, where it's etched, that area will light up, so it'll look pretty cool in your rig if you have it, so people can see it. Okay. Alright, next up, I hope I am pronouncing this correctly, but this is going to be Cicret. Puts Android on your skin, and essentially what it is a wristband that has a mini projector on it, and it produces light onto your skin and basically gives you a digital screen and everything like that. So it'll be pretty cool, oh, well, I don't know where I'm going, look at your arm, or type up Google instructions instead of using your phone. Tie this into communicating with people, texting, instead of checking your phone all the time. You'll have the screen that'll pop up. So I think that would be really, really awesome in my opinion. Alright, next up, I don't know if this interests you at all, but HTC One M9 details tip to dump the UltraPixel line, I guess. So they're kind of dumping the name, nomenclature, and everything like that. So get rid of that advertisement. Next up, we're going to have Patriot Torch SSD listed ahead of its launch. They're going to have 240 gig variants, 120 gig variants, and 240 is going to be 106, and the 120 is going to be for $663, so $66.63. That's pretty darn cheap. So SSD prices are definitely coming down in price for sure. We're going to have the 240 gig variant is going to have 555 read speeds and then 535 write speeds, and then the 120 gig, it's going to be 545 read speeds with 430 write. So it's going to be slightly lower, but I think this is a pretty good deal on SSDs, considering they're coming down in price, which is awesome. You have I saw on sale was a terabyte hard drive for like $300. So who wouldn't want a terabyte SSD? I mean, come on now. Alright, next up we're going to have the Google Smart Spoon. Pretty much this is a really good product, even though it may be kind of pricey. I think the price is around $2.95 a pop. Yeah, there it is right here. So it is kind of expensive, but this is going to be great implementation, especially for people who have Alzheimer's, where they have, you know, with this disease and everything like that, or MS, is where your hands become very shaky. And what this does, the spoon allows the person to eat without spilling food everywhere, because it has an auto calibration where it senses if, you know, if you're at an angle, the spoon will automatically correct itself so you don't get food everywhere. So I think this is a pretty cool implementation of technology and what people are doing today to make people with disabilities' lives that much easier. You know, it's the simple things that we take for granted. Alright, next up, we're going to have graphene body armor. It is twice the stopping power of Kevlar and at the fraction of the weight. So this is really good. I personally wore Kevlar when I was in the military, when we did it's called battle stations or general quarters and everything like that. You suit up, and I was part of the combat division, so I was manning the twin 50 cal M240 and everything like that. So, and then the weight can definitely be cumbersome when it comes to mobility and everything like that, and stuff just gets out, you know, in the way of you being able to be mobile and everything like that. So this is definitely a welcome new technology, and hopefully they'll implement this and give it to our troops as well as police force and etc. like that. So I think that's pretty cool. Alright, next up we're going to have, I have no idea how to pronounce this, is Readies light paper is incredibly thin and printable. So I think this is really, really cool. Here's a picture right there. Hopefully it'll load up. And this is 3D printed. Now imagine, you know, screen displays being thinner for, you know, LCDs for your computer, for your phone, you know, implementing lighting on your computer. Like, this is a welcome technology. I think it's pretty cool and everything like that for sure. Now, it almost looks like OLED technology in my opinion, but here it is right here where they're testing it out. You have your positive and your negative LED, or leads I should say. I'm not sure. There it is. That looks pretty sweet in my opinion. Okay, next up we're going to have Samsung. I guess S5 Galaxy isn't doing as well as it should. As far as sales and everything like that, they're going to have a product called the Galaxy S6, and then you're going to have the S6 Edge, so I'm sure one is going to have a bigger screen than the other, maybe a little faster processor and everything like that. But this is them just, you know, speculating that it's going to have a 2560 by 1440 display and a 64-bit Exynos / Snapdragon 810 processors and roughly 16 or 20 megapixel rear camera and Broadcom's new BC M4773 sensor chip. So new phones are coming out, so that's always good. Next up, I know a lot of people have been messing around with the modular phones. As far as you have a lot of different companies. Now this is another modular Puzzlephone, and it's I'm not sure if it's like the 1+1 where you can change out the camera, you can change out the battery, processor, and everything like that. But hey, competition that's out there, the better. So it pushes the company to develop more technology and everything like that. So this is something pretty cool, and I would definitely be interested in a phone like this. Like say, oh, I want a faster processor, I want a better camera, and everything like that. So this is definitely sparking my interest for sure. Now, if you guys didn't know, a lot of people do use Firefox, and this is going to be our next article of the day. And guess what? You're going to have to use Yahoo as its default search engine. Not a lot of people are happy about it, but I guess Firefox and Yahoo did some kind of a deal where they're going to implement Yahoo into the web browser now. So why they did that, I don't know, but I personally don't want to have a default engine. I want to be able to select my own, so I'm sure you're going to be able to do that, but you're just going to have to change it from Yahoo to Google and so forth. And please ignore this. Wow. Okay, it has a cuss word on there. Apologize for that for my younger viewers. Alright, and I think that's it. It looks like I accidentally opened up a double whammy by chance. So yeah, it is. Actually, I opened up this link, and I'm just going to go over my news articles real quick to ensure that I didn't do anything. Here we go. This is one thing right here that's pretty funny. I forgot to open this up, so that was my bad. So let's see if it'll open it up. Alright, basically AT&T wants to know why a town is building a 1 gigabit per second network when it already has 6 megabits per second. I wonder why AT&T, I wonder why you're limiting businesses. Businesses are probably going to want to leave because they're not getting fast internet, so the town is implementing their own 1 gigabit per second infrastructure, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. I wish they would do it here in Denver. I know CenturyLink is supposed to be doing it here in Denver. I know that Comcast is kind of getting a little worried because of that Google Fiber is coming out and everything like that. So I know with the Comcast, that's what I'm using. Right now I have 50 down and 11 up, and what they're going to plan to do is increase that speed from 50 to 105, and then if you have 105, it'll increase it to 120 or 130 as a free upgrade, and it'll be the same price. Hopefully it'll come out in the next month or two. That's what I heard when I talked to a Comcast representative, but nothing is implemented or for certain yet. Alright guys, this concludes PC news you can use. I appreciate if you have watched to the end of this video. I appreciate the support. And as always, comment, subscribe, rate this video, click that like button, and you guys have a great day now. Bye.